Okay, so in the last session we discussed about user mask. That is nothing but setting the default permissions for files and directories. What are different symbols for available in this user mask? Okay, and changing the modes. So these we discussed in the last session. Okay, so in this session we will discuss about change ownership as well as change group. Okay, so these two commands. So change ownership means as a owner you can change your ownership. You can give ownership of your file or directory to other user. Okay, next one, change group. You can change an existing group. Okay, fine. So what is this change ownership? The owner, see, suppose if you create some new file or directory, by default, based on your login ID, based on your login name or login ID, okay, so your some owner name will be assigned to the file or directories which you created or you are going to create. Okay, so you can change this ownership. You can change this ownership. The appearance of this command is chown change ownership space options. Here we have only one option that we'll see, and next one is new owner name, okay, space file name. Along with this, suppose if you are changing owner only in this group, then this syntax is applied. Otherwise, if you are changing your ownership to some other group, then you need to specify the group name as well. So while changing the ownership, if you are changing your ownership of a file or directory within the same group, no need to specify the group name. Okay, if you are changing your ownership to some other group, means here new user as well as new group, then you can specify your owner name and group name separated with colon symbol. Owner name, that is username, and group name separated with colon symbol. Okay, then in that case this syntax is applied. Okay, so change owner, that is a command name. Options, here we have only one option, that is R, capital R, to apply recursively. So from this directory completely, okay, so whatever the subdirectories, files, again subdirectories in the directory, okay, so from this particular directory, if I want to change completely to another user, ownership to another user, then you can use this -R option. If you are applying for only one file, then there is no need of this option. Okay, right, we'll see one example. So remember here, if it is within the group, no need to specify the group. If it is some other group, then you need to specify, you must specify the group name as well. Okay, right, let us check these commands. Okay, fine. Here let us check what is there in this home directory. Yeah, we have one file and directory. We'll change to our directory CSR, right? So that the permissions applied to this directory CSR, everything, read, write, execute to all users. Okay, owner, group, and other users, to all three sets These are the permissions. Okay. Now we are in this CSR directory. Okay. We are in this CSR directory. 1 minute. Okay. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, we have some files and directories in this CSR directory, and see what is the user, I mean owner and group name for this file SAM3. The owner name is HD user and group name is also HD user. Owner name HD user and group name HD user. So this is the owner name, the first one. I mean third column, it displays the owner name or username. Okay, so this fourth column, it is the group name. For all these files and directories, the username, that is HD user, and group name HD user, right? I will try to change username for one file. Okay, that is ownership to ownership, right? So this will check on this SAM2 file. Okay, so what is the username for this, I mean owner name for this SAM file SAM2? HD user. Group name HD user only. Okay, right. So here the command is change OWN owner. OWN means CH means change, OWN owner. Okay, so in this way we can abbreviate this command, change owner space. Here we are applying this ownership, changing ownership to only one particular file, not to entire directory and subdirectories and subdirectories. Okay, so that's the reason we are not going to use this option -r. We are not using this option. Okay, fine. So what is next one? New user. Okay, new username. Here, see how many groups are there? Yes, these are the groups. These are the groups. Okay, who? Yes, only one user, that is HD user. But in this system, I mean only HD user is logged in, but there are some other users. We'll check how many users are present in this system. We'll check how many users are present in this system. See user accounts. Yes, there is another user, test user. The title of this test user is capital T, EST, small letters EST small, capital U, ER. So this is the title of this one, user, but actual username is see below, TEST user. Okay, in lowercase. Okay, everything in lowercase. Right. So we have another user, test user. Okay, so we'll change to that directory. We'll change the permission to the directory. So command name change owner space your new user, I mean owner name, that is test user space now file name. What is our file name? samp2.txt, right? So this is the file name. Now press enter. Changing ownership is not permitted, means this user does not have permission to change the owner. So we'll execute this command as a super user. Okay, sudo and this is the command. This is the command. Now press enter. It asks for password. Okay, so enter password. Okay, executed. Right. Now let us check this. What is the owner for this file? sam2.txt. What is the user? sam2.txt. Who is the owner now? The owner is test user. Okay, group is same. Within the group, we changed the ownership of this file. We changed ownership of this file within the group, not other group. Okay, we'll try to change ownership within another group as well. We have different groups here, right? HD user, that is our current group. ADM, CD-ROM, sudo, this is also one group. Dip, okay, plug dev. So these are all some groups. Okay, so we'll use this dip. Okay, fine. Right. See, if you want, check the groups. How many groups are there? Who are all the groups available? Here, spelling mistake again. Yes. Okay. Yes. Fine. Here I'm going to see the files and directories. For this file, particular file sam2.txt, I changed the owner. Okay, now the owner of this file is test user. Okay, now I'll take different file, not the same one, sam2. For this sam2, I'll try to change username as well as group name. Username, that is ownership, as well as group. Okay, so that command is, I'm going to run this as sudo user. Sudo, the command name is change owner, chown space. Are you going to do this recursively? No. Why? Because it is a single file, not a directory and subdirectories. Okay, so no need of minus or option, right? So next, your new username, that is, owner name, test user. Now new group is dip, dip. So colon your group name, that is dip, space your file name or directory name. Okay, so here we are going to change owner as well as group to only one particular file, that is sam3.txt. Now press enter. See, yes, it is executed. Why it didn't ask password? Just 2-3 steps or 2-3 commands back we entered, and computer is able to recognize that. Okay, suppose if you log off and log in, then again it will ask, or after particular time it will again ask. Okay, suppose if you are running some new command, then it might ask. Okay, fine. So that's the reason it is not asking for password. Okay, fine. This command is executed, and we will see whether the particular file user, owner and group is changed or not. Okay, see this sam3. Now who is the user? Owner, test user. What is the group name? Dip. So in this way we can change ownership or group for a particular file or files. Files in the sense, see, I'll show you. See here, yes, there are more 2 files, right? Okay, so here you can use some wildcard characters and you can say yes star. So for all these files, the owner, specified owner or user, whatever it may be, whatever you specified, that will be changed. That will be changed. Okay, right. Suppose if I say S star. Okay, so sudo change owner. I am going to change only user owner for this file, all the files which starts with all text files. Who are all text files are present? What are all text files present? We are going to change ownership of those files. Okay, so that is test user space star txt. Okay, so in this case we are using some wildcard characters. Okay, so those files who end with txt means all text files, we changed the owner name, ownership. Okay, so that new owner name is test user. Now let us check for all test files the owner is changed, test user. This is why, because this is test file. Okay, so this owner is changed, the reason is text file. So here with this command we changed ownership of all text files. Okay, ownership of all text file. That new owner is test user. This is the new owner. Okay, so we check for all files. Okay, now we'll check for directories. We'll try to check this command on non-empty directories, like the directory which is having some other subdirectories and files. Okay, so first let me check what is there in this directory example 1. Yes, there is a directory, no files. Okay, so again, who is the user? HD user. And what is the group? HD user only. Let me check for this dir2, what is there in this. Let's manage lrt dir2. Nothing is there, it is an empty directory. Fine, we will create one file in this directory, then we will check ownership, right? And if you want, you can create, we'll create one more subdirectory in this list as well. Okay, first let me clear the screen. I am going to create one subdirectory as well as, first let me create one file in this. That file name is log.txt. Okay, fine, I'm going to save this. Yes, the file is created. Now if you want, let's check this, what is there in this. Sorry, there is a file log.txt and list. This is the subdirectory. For better understanding, we'll create one more subdirectory in this. First, before that, let me check what is there in this subdirectory. List slash list. Yes, there is a file. Okay, so we'll create one more directory. So here in this case we are specifying the path right from the working directory. This is nothing but relative path. Okay, so this directory name is take. Yes, it is created. We can check. Yes, see here, this directory example is present in this working directory CSR, and list. Under this directory example, there is one subdirectory list and one file. Under this list directory, this is the content, one file and one subdirectory, right? Now we are in CSR. We are going to change for all these. Before that, let's check who is the user or owner and group. HD user only. All the files and subdirectories, user or owner and group is HD user only. Okay, now I am going to change ownership recursively. Okay, using -r command. So yeah, let us run this command as sudo space change owner space. Here I want to change ownership recursively, means not for one particular file, okay. So directory, again subdirectory, files in the directory. Okay, so that's the reason we must use this option -r. R means recursively. Okay, space. We use the same option -R for changing the permissions also, change modes. Okay, -R, capital R. Okay, same option. Right. Here, change owner -R recursively. Now, specify the new username. If you want to change group also, group name. Okay. So here I am changing only owner name, that is test user space this directory name. That name is directory example 1. Okay. So before going to run this command, check who is the user, HD user. Who is the group? What is the group? HD user. User, HD user. That is owner. Okay. Owner and group both are HD user only. Now we are changing the group is same, but only the owner will be changed with this command. Now press enter. We got command prompt. Now check from this directory till the end, bottom of this directory tree. Okay. Now who is the user or owner of this directory test user? Sorry, directory example 1 test user. Okay. Now get into this directory. Okay. Directory example. So here as a user, like now you are test HD user, but the user is different, and here for other users, why it is denying? The reason is for this directory, if you are the owner, that is HD user, earlier you could able to do everything, but here for the group and other users the permissions are none. So no read, write, execute permissions for group as well as other users, right? So that's the reason. Even though you are in the same group, that is HD user only, but the group permissions are none, no permissions. That's the reason it is denying. Okay, so let us change these permissions first. If I change this one, like change mode space 777, and if I run this command, will it execute? Operation not permitted. Okay, changing permissions of directory example is not permitted. Why? Because you are not the owner. Now the owner is different. Okay, so if at all you want to change these permissions, either super user can do, or you must log in into this system as test user. Okay, only these two ways. One is super user can do, or logged into the system as test user. How to log into the system as test user? Log off from the system and log in. Okay, here in Ubuntu right now, log off and log in. Okay, right. So we'll try to run this command, I mean changing the permissions using sudo. Okay. Yes, it's executed. Okay. So only super user can do. Now owner, group and others have complete rights. Okay. Now let us get into this directory and check the user. Oh. Okay. Here even for files, we didn't specify the file explicitly when we were running the command change ownership command. Okay, so this is the file and this is the subdirectory. We didn't specify. We used only one option, that is -R. So this -R option will recursively run this command. Okay, in the subdirectory as well as files. And again, if there are any subdirectories in this list, it will apply the same. See, for these two, the user is changed, the owner is changed, right? Group is same, HD user only, but only the user is changed. Now get into this directory list and check. Permission is denied again. The reason is simple. This directory list only user has read, write, execute, even the group or other users does not have any rights. Okay. Let us change these permissions again using sudo. Okay, now check. Yes, the permissions are changed. Why? Because simple reason. Super user can do anything. Super user can do anything. Okay, right? Fine. Now check. There are two things in this subdirectory, that is list. Now list is the parent and this is the child, right? So for this file check.txt as well as subdirectory take, the user is changed, owner is changed, ownership changed, but the group is same. If you want to change the group, again you can specify the group name as well. Okay, so at the time of executing change owner command, you can specify the group if at all you want to change the group as well. Okay, fine. So this is about the change mode command, and next we'll check change group command. Okay, if at all you want to change only the group, then you can use this command, change group command. It will change the current group. Okay, let us check this command on this file check.txt chgrp. The syntax of this command is okay. The syntax of this command change group command is, so the purpose of this command is change group, to change the group without changing the owner. If you want to change only the group, okay. So if you want to change only owner, you can use change owner. At the time of changing the ownership, you can also change group. Okay, but now the requirement is, I want to change only the ownership, sorry, only the group, not the owner. Okay, so to change the group without changing the owner, you can use this change group command. Okay, you can use this change group command. The syntax or appearance of this command is change chgrp change group. Ch means change, grp means group. This is the short form. Here options or option, here we have only one option, so that's the reason I am giving option. And your group name, next your file or directory name, So this is the syntax or appearance of this command. chgrp is the command name, and option, here we have only one option, that is -r, to apply, to change group recursively. Generally we use this -r option only for directories, not files. Even if for multiple files, if you are changing the group or previous command owner, then you can change, but no need of this -r option. You can use wildcard characters. Okay. So here change group option, -r option we have, and group, your new group name, and space file name or directory name. Okay, great. Let us check this command. We have different groups, right? Let us check what are they. Yes. Okay, we are going to change group name, group of this file, okay, from HD user to dip. Okay, I am going to run this command chgrp space, no need of using option -r. Why? Because we are applying this command on a file. Okay, so your new group, that is grp space your file name, that is check.txt, run this command. Okay, invalid group, yes, here the group name is not present. Okay, instead of dip I used grp. Okay, it's my mistake. Okay, dip your group name dip check.txt. Now press enter. Operation not permitted. Simple. The reason is you have to run this command as a super user. Okay, using sudo command. Now press enter. Yes, it is executed. Okay, so this applies to this session. What is applied? Simple. When you are using sudo command, it is supposed to ask password, but here in this case it is not asking the password. The reason is earlier we entered password when we were executing the change owner command. Okay, so that is recognized throughout the session. Okay, session is nothing but when I open this terminal until the close. Okay, when I say exit, the session will be closed. That we will discuss in the next chapter. Okay, fine. So throughout this session it is applicable. Now see the command is changed, but still it is not asking the password. Okay, right. Now check what is the group. Yes, the group is changed, grp. The group is changed. In the same way, you can change group for directories as well. We'll apply this command on this directory take. Okay, sudo change group space your group name, new group name space your directory name. Suppose if you are applying only to this directory, no need of -r. To the complete tree of this directory, then you have to specify option -r. Okay, so here this directory is empty directory. That's the reason I am not using -r option. Okay, already we checked one example how to use -r. Okay, now see what is the group name for this directory take. It is change dip, right? See, for this file we changed. Yes, here we changed the group for this file. That's why it is dip. For this file also we changed the group. That's why the group new group name is dip, right? So these are the commands, okay, which we can use to change ownership or change groups. Okay, so what is the difference between changing ownership and group between the commands? Simple. Change owner, this command allows you to change ownership as well as group. Along with the ownership, you can change group. If at all you want to change only the group, not others, then you can use change group command. Change group command. Okay, so this command allows to change only the group, file or directory group. Okay, fine. We'll stop here and we'll continue in the next session with. So the next session is new chapter, that is introduction to shells. What is a shell? Already we discussed it. Only some introduction part or some few things about this shell. Okay, so in the next session, new chapter, okay, that is introduction to shells. That may not be present in this document, but I draw one diagram like hardware level. First hardware, your hardware, above the hardware kernel, above the kernel shell, above the shell user. Between the shell and kernel, your commands or utilities will present, okay, or your scripts. So this shell, as a user, we can able to see this shell, okay, but we can't see kernel level. We can't see kernel level. It is very near to the hardware, and whatever the commands you are inputting or you are typing, so those commands you can run at shell. Shell will take this command, it interprets the command, means change it to the understandable format and give it to kernel. Kernel will take care of executing at the hardware level. The reason is simple. Your files or programs stored on the hardware level, means memory area, okay, in the form of ones and zeros, okay. So only kernel knows where the file, how to run the file, okay. So that's why shell will take your commands, interprets the command and submit at the hardware level. How to submit at hardware? Means it will give it to kernel. Kernel will take care of execution, right? Fine. So whatever the commands you are typing, see here. So this is the shell. This is the shell. So here if I say ls minus lrt, your hardware level, I mean, if you think or if you analyze in terms of hardware level, so this command cannot be recognized. Only hardware, memory area, there will be some signals like on and off, that is nothing but 1 and 0. Your files and data will be stored in this format irrespective of the operating system. Okay, whatever the operating system you use, it can be Unix or Windows or DOS operating system, Mac operating, whatever it may be. But at the hardware level, only two symbols are recognized, on and off, up and down, 1 and 0. Only these two symbols. Okay, but whatever you can see, that is in the form of characters and some graphical representation. Okay, right. So this is the not our discussion. Our discussion is shell, right? So coming back to shell, here this is the shell, your dollar prompt. Okay, this is the shell where you will input some commands, you can run some commands. So these commands, whatever the user input, that command, okay, so that command will be taken by the shell. Shell will take this command and this command will be submitted to the kernel, and kernel will run at hardware level. Then that hardware level, it gives some output. So kernel again gives back this output to the shell, and you can able to see that output. You can able to see that output again in the form of characters or some graphical form, whatever it may be. Okay, based on your input and respective output will come. Okay, so how it can? Shell will take the command, submit to the kernel. Kernel will run. If kernel requires any utilities, it will run the utility as well. If this command requires some utility, then kernel will start that utility. Okay, it will take care, no need. Okay, fine. We will discuss all these things in the next session. Okay, so what is shell? What is the shell relationships? We have different shells. Okay, that we'll discuss in the next session. And what is Unix session? What is redirector operators? Redirection. We have input redirection, output redirection. Already we have seen more examples on this output redirection operator or symbol. Okay, we'll discuss what is input, how it can be used, and what is output redirector. Okay, how it can be used, and what are the standard streams, input streams, output streams. Okay, all these things we'll discuss in the next session. So this is somewhat theory part, but we need to know, if you are using Unix operating system, you must know about all these things. Okay, so next, what is t command, who command? Already we have seen whom command, I guess. Otherwise again we'll see. Okay, how your command will be executed. All these things we'll see in the next session, right? Okay, thank you.